Hi lovely folks of YouTube. I'm due to do a little up-to-date, and it's also the beginning of the new year, so I just thought I'd go through my current planner setup and why I've ended up using what I'm using. I have changed my on-the-go and wallet organiser to it. This is a pocket size paper chase ring bound planner. I did swap to an old one I had, but it wasn't as good. So that's why I got this. I got this one on the sale over Boxing Day. It's got an elastic closure, and it's got 4 card slots, which I've got a few bits and bobs in. I have found that the card slots, if you put them all with like proper credit card thickness ones, they do get a bit difficult to open. I've got a dashboard that I made myself, just some sticky tabs on it. This is a cut down dashboard from my Hobonichi Weeks. I repurposed it from another divider. So you'll have to excuse me if I get my words muddled up. My brain's not really with it. But yeah, I use this to just create different sections. I've created myself a little goal section just to try and help me remember what I'm focused on. I decided, instead of doing lots of lists over a weekly basis, just to have a long-term running to-do list, as it seems to be easier than just keep writing everything over and over and making it all really messy, because I found that ended up stressing me out loads. So yeah, that's one of the things I've done. This is just some paper I used from an old notebook that I wasn't using. I've got my shopping list section. I've moved towards the front just because when I'm out it's easier to get to. Again, just things. This is a fold. I've just popped this in here, and I popped this. It's not washi tape. It's more like a sellotape kind of thing, but it's decorative tape that I use just to reinforce the holes. And I've just got myself a master grocery list, so that if I'm out or when I'm writing down things that we need, just to help me remember things that I might forget, because I'm terrible at forgetting everything. These inserts are what came with the planner, same as these red tab dividers, they came with the planner. So it's just a shopping list, and you've got a circle check mark, and I'll move on to using these once I've filled up that other page. Sorry, I just caught the tripod. I've got another divider here. I've separated that for wish list items, things that are a bit more long term. I've then got a diary section, which these are some I tried some printables from Miss Wendaful. Is it Miss Wendaful? She's got some really lovely different types of inserts, and these work nicely. This is a routine tracker, and I find this really helpful because it means I can keep an eye on the things that I need to, because I am terrible at forgetting things. Again, more loose paper. Just give myself a little monthly overview, because one of the things I am actually aiming to do this year is try and use the things that I already have. So again, I've just sort of bullet journal style did these, and then got something to work with. This when I flip it over is my current tracker for this week, and yeah, that's really helping. This is the inserts that came with this were undated, which is a really good thing because it means you can start whenever you like. It just happened that I got these in this first week of the year, so but it's got four columns, which is ideal because I can put down any work hours and my husband's work hours, and then if anybody's visiting or anything else as it turns up, and then that's like just that's week to one page. And I've got a few more of these routine trackers printed already. And again, more. I've done these. This is kind of like my future log, of like for bullet journal style, just so that I've got somewhere to loosely jot things down, and then when it can go into my weekly inserts. These are also weekly inserts from Wendaful again. I really like these ones just because they're nice and simple, and she's dedicated an equal amount of space for each day. So I've got a few of those ready, and again, this is the blank version of the ones that I've been filling in, and again, they've all got an equal amount of space, and you've also got this little water tracker down here, spending tracker, and then you can tick if you've done any exercise or anything, so yeah, it's really nice. This is a few more of the blank weeklies. So the good thing with them being blank is if I decide I want to use one of these, I can do, and I'm not wasting any pages. I've got meal planner inserts that came with it. I haven't started using them yet because I'm not sure. I don't really plan meals, but I might use them to track food intake rather than directly planning meals. It then comes with a budget planner. I've got, this is okay because I haven't got any like crucial details, but it's just a yearly overview, so I can keep track of when each bill's been paid, just to keep on top of things a bit more. I've got here, I've just got a few budget things that I want to remind myself of what I'm doing, and then I'll show you. This is a blank one, and it's done so that you do have to flip it around, but you can put all the details in of how you're wanting to track your money. And then there's this notes section in the back where I've got a mixture of the nice note paper and some rough scrap note paper that is just like for general scribbles and things. I've also got in the back here, I've got a contacts and birthdays date. This actually came out of my Collins Milan planner, which was one I was previously using, and I just record, mostly it's just people's phone numbers, because although I usually have everything in my phone, I don't like to rely on that because phones can break, and cloud services, whilst for the most part they will usually get back together, it's quite easy to lose that information. I've just got a post-it note stuck on there, and this sticker came from a Mrs. Brimble's subscription sticker box when she was still doing them, and this is just on a Project Life card, and this is a laminated divider that I made myself. It was just out of some card and gift paper. I've got in the back here, I have this it's the Hobonichi card holder, and I've just got this so that I've got things that I'll need like on the go. Like I've got these glasses cleaning wipes, which are really handy, but also they're good at helping keep everything in the card holder because they are a little on the loose side. And then I've just got extra loyalty cards here. The ones that I don't use quite so much. That's my cat's old vets, so I've just got that as reference in case I need it for any reason. I've got an appointment log there and some sticky notes here. And one of the other things that I've really enjoyed, I got recently, it's the Unistream Multi. It's got 4 colours, black, blue, red and green, and it also has a mechanical pencil. Now, I did change out the lead because I actually quite like a soft lead, so I've got 2B lead in there, but it's really, really handy. It writes ever so nicely, and this one came with 0.7mm tip, but you can also get them in the 0.5, which is the same as the 3-colour Hobonichi pen that you get when you order directly through the Hobonichi site. So yeah, that's my on the go. I'm finding it a lot easier because with shopping lists I can just add them, remove them. Doesn't matter if it gets messy. It doesn't matter if they get scribbled on, and if as I'm done with it I can just take it out, recycle the paper and so on. So yeah, I'm really enjoying using that, and that's working really well for me so far. I did have a little trolley token clipped onto here as well, but it was interfering with the rings, so I'm going to find a different way of attaching it so it works. Now, the other thing that I'm doing is I have my A6 Hobonichi. It's the original. I've got the same cover I had last year. Finances didn't really allow for much. Finances just about stretched to get the Hobonichi itself, so I was happy with that. But yeah, there's a pen mark here, but these do clean up with the glasses wipes I've just shown in the other planner. So yeah, I've just got the blue and green stencils still, the transparent dot stickers. This paper clip bookmark thing I actually got out of a Christmas cracker this Christmas that's just gone. On here I've just got a little Moline sticker. I've got some of the sticky post-its just for writing down any future events that may be coming up. I've not decided on how I'm using this bit yet. I'm not actually sure if I'll do anything with it. And on this overview, what I'm tracking is basically it's just so that I can see what I'm spending my time on. So like, this is anything family related. I will be starting my degree in February. And anything pet related, which it's mostly for the care of my my female rats, because of things like cleaning out, food ordering, etc. Any health related appointments, anything what I've classed as adulting, which is basically dealing with bills and all the boring stuff that unfortunately we have to deal with. Anything work related, and anything political campaigning and things like that. So yeah, and I've also got penciled in the dates for my assignments and things. They're not for definite, but that's why they're in pencil. That's one of the things I did learn from last year, was that to either use pencil or post-it notes a lot more often. I'll say I've just got, this is basically, I function better with this kind of overview. And again, that's sort of things like tracking when the girls had their food delivered, my husband's work hours, when I've ordered prescriptions, I had my flu jab, all things like that. This current month, again, we're going on holiday here. I've used these are post-it tabs, and you can write on them. I like to use the Unipin pens for that, just because they work well, and then it means I can move these around as I need to do them again, rather than again making it really messy and having the same task written over and over and over, because it just, although you keep writing it, sort of helps you to keep it in your mind. For me, it doesn't work because I end up getting frustrated with it looking messy. So I've just got a few things that I want to try and aim for this year, just to remind myself. Then this is, I kind of use this as sort of like almost as an index or an overview of the month, a little bit like the traditional bullet journal style that Ryder Carroll uses. I do sort of bullet journal in here, but it's my sort of a version of it. So I started doing things was like priority, anything pet related, and anything else, and the one with the box around is any gratitude I want to do. Yeah, and that was a little bit of self-reflection, because I planned to do all this stuff completely forgetting about the fact that I'd be drinking. So yeah, that didn't go well. Again, just general daily tasks and so on. And I also highlighted this quote because I really love it, and it does say it all. It's not a planner, it's not a diary, it's not a notebook, it's a techo, and it really is. That's how I use it. It just basically is what I've done. There'll be a rough plan of what I'm going to do, but I'll also reflect what actually happened over what I wanted to get done. I've also started I'm colouring in the days as I go through. This is the same system that I used for the colour code for the days in the Hobonichi Weeks. So yeah, again, more things that are happening and what's been done. Anything, I use the brown zebra mild liner just to indicate if I'm having any health issues, because that's another crucial thing for me. Is my GP suspects I either have fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome, but she's reluctant to label me with fibro because she doesn't want, and this is also at my request, I don't want people just throwing painkillers at me. So yeah, health tracking in this is quite crucial, and it also helps me get an idea of if I'm doing too much and when I need to dial it back and so on. Same, also track food, because I did have a lot of issues with my stomach last year, which thankfully we did get to the bottom of, but it does help to find out what's going on. And also I'm having issues with migraines, and just in case it is food related. And again, this is just this is today. As I'm filming, I've got a few things down that need doing. Yeah, this is, I find with the Hobonichi, this kind of system really works for me. I don't really work well with a big weekly view. It overwhelms me, and I do have dyslexia, and I also suspect to have a lot of ADHD crossovers. So organised as organised as everything may look, it's to help make sure I do stay organised, because if I didn't write things down, they don't happen. And sometimes even when I do write things down, they still get missed. Or also it helps me be able to pace myself as to again, so I can work out whether I'm overdoing it or not. Pen I'm using in here is, I'll turn it about the right way around. It's the Platinum Preppy in Fine. I originally got this because I just wanted a cheapy fountain pen just to be able to take it out with my everyday carry, and I was using it in my Hobonichi Weeks, and because of the cost of it, I wouldn't be too worried if it got lost, as that's also one of my issues. I lose things. But yeah, it's actually turned out to be one of my favourite pens to write with. It's got a really nice fine nib, and with it being Japanese, that's another really good thing. And it just writes really, really nicely. It's a budget entry-level pen, but it has really pleasantly surprised me, because I really enjoy writing with it anyway, even compared with, say, my Osmoroids that I have, and I've got a Lamy Vista. Yeah, it's definitely worth trying if you're not sure, or if you haven't used a fountain pen before. So yeah, this is what I'm currently using. I do have this is what I'm using for my planning. I do have a traveller's notebook from LyraandCo, which is more used as a journal and things like that, and that's not actually used for planning. I also have the Hobonichi cousin, and I'll also do an update on the weeks on what's happening or not happening with it at the moment, and also go through how I was using my cousin and how it evolved, and I sort of still am using it, but it kind of is a duplicate of what I'm already doing in here and in here. But yeah, it's been a strange one, because I found that I was getting really, really stressed and overwhelmed by the different planners I had over the year, and I did get really overwhelmed by it, but I'm going to dedicate a whole video to that one. I keep shaking this tripod. It's because it's balanced on a box so that I can get the right height. I am going to do some more long-term chronic health related, related to planning, because that is something that can. I'm losing all my words. I'm fibro brain. It's just something that I can go over how I do things, and if there's anything that might be helpful for anyone else with chronic illnesses or anything along those lines, really. So yeah, that's it for now, and hopefully my next videos will be focused on I've got one to do for my completed A6 from last year, and again I want to go through how I was using my weeks and where I was struggling and needed to go into this as an everyday carry. Right, I'm going to end it there before I carry on rambling, and yeah, I'll post another video out soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.